Yo, what's up everyone? Treyman1 here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Horizons anime discussion video. Guys, Horizons is coming up on this 1 year anniversary, and we're around 40 episodes, and I just want to discuss Liko and Roy as protagonists, because things have been interesting with this series. This series has took a different route, so obviously, you know, this is not going to be a comparison video to say, oh, Ash did this, and Liko and Roy need to be doing this, because that's not really what the case is. Don't forget, Ash's journey was completely different than Liko and Roy's. Ash was on a journey to become a Pokemon master, taking on many gyms, leagues, and in the end becoming the world champion. Liko and Roy, on the other hand, Liko wants to find all the ancient Pokemon and discover the hidden area, while Roy wants to be able to catch shiny Rayquaza. Honestly, way different goals than Ash. So obviously, as protagonists, they're going to be portrayed differently. But with us being 1 year in, are Liko and Roy really good protagonists? So I want to go ahead and start off with Roy, because I actually think that Roy is actually not that bad of a character. So in the beginning, Roy was kind of the least interesting one. He's like, yeah, I want to catch Rayquaza. But as the years went on, Roy has actually been growing to be a really good character, with him catching Fuecoco and Wattrel. And Fuecoco has actually been having some good growth towards that goal. Now, obviously, you know, he's at no way, shape, or form ready to fight Rayquaza at the moment. But seeing Fuecoco go from this Pokemon that couldn't even use a Fire-type move to learning Ember, Tackle, Stomping Tantrum, I'm like, huh? Then Flamethrower, now Disarming Voice. Like, Roy is actually taking the steps to get better. And Wattrel's moveset was already pretty good to begin with. So, seeing this makes me believe that when we do see Rayquaza, Roy will be able to fight it. He probably won't do much or won't be able to beat it, because we've seen how powerful legendaries are. But I do think that he will be able to grow to have a strong team to try and take on Rayquaza. Now, let's talk about Liko. Liko is really the main protagonist of the series. And honestly, I thought she was off to a great start. Her character portions have been amazing. But if you look at her Pokemon, and yes, I'm not saying that, you know, Liko needs to be this all-out battler like Ash, because that's what she's not. She's not on that same journey. But with her goal and with Meteo and all the explorers on their tail, Liko needs to step it up, really. Because that's the issue. Liko, she started off great. She was the first one to get a new move, being Quick Attack. Quick Attack, she improved Leaf Edge, and obviously has Scratch because it's a cat Pokemon. But ever since episode 7, when they learned Quick Attack, that's been it. Sprigatito spams Leaf Edge. And it's kind of like, Liko, Meteo's here with this Fire Ghost type. If you're in a predicament where you have to fight a Meteo on your own, you are cooked. Don't rely on Hatenna. Yeah, you can say she has a Hatenna, but Hatenna hasn't battled yet. It has shown to be able to use Psychic. But the one moment that Hatenna should have tried to step up and battle, Captain Pikachu came and saved the day. And that's kind of what the issue is with them being as protagonists. They rely too much on the others in their team. Now, yes, I know Freed and the Rising Volt Tacklers were hired to be their bodyguards, but at the same time, Liko and Roy need some growth. They need to really experience a horrible loss so that they can take their training seriously. Like, yeah, we see them training here and there, but it doesn't seem like Liko's really that focused on wanting to get better. If you're going to be encountering Pokemon like Entei, Kleavor, like, you're really going to have to step it up yourself, Liko, to achieve your goals. And there's already been multiple times where we get to see Liko and Roy in a pickle, not being able to defend themselves, and then out comes Captain Pikachu or the Rising Volt Tacklers. Like, don't forget, Spinel had controlled Liko's mind, made her forget who she was. Then we got the old man that was Diana's friend that literally destroyed their teams. And then that would have been a moment to see maybe Hatenna try to battle, even though it probably would have lost. At least do something before Captain Pikachu came to save the day. Like, that's kind of the issue. It's almost like, you know, Freed should be the main character. I love Freed. Freed, I wouldn't mind him being the main character. I'm not going to lie. But he's not. It's Liko and Roy. So I feel like Liko and Roy need to show that growth. And even for Roy, like, yes, Roy is learning these moves, but at the same time, I feel like Roy could step it up as well to further his training and development to fight a Rayquaza. Because when Rayquaza did appear in that one episode, Roy was like, I'm going to battle you. Bro, at this time, Fuecoco had Ember, Flamethrower, Stomping Tantrum, and Tackle. 2 of those moves, you know, like, you're really cooked, honestly. Stomping Tantrum, you can't even do damage on. I would have loved to see a moment where Roy tried to use Stomping Tantrum. She says, oh, snap, it didn't work. And then, you know, Freeze has to explain, oh, yeah, well, it's a ground type move. It can't hurt Rayquaza. And this is where Roy's like, well, let's try and learn a fairy type move. And then leads to him learning Disarming Voice. Instead of it being kind of like a coincidental thing. Yes, he did start the episode saying he wanted to learn a new move, but it was kind of convenient for him to learn Disarming Voice. And as for Liko, yes, I get Liko. You know, she wasn't really an adventurer before, so she's still learning and she's growing and getting out of her comfort zone and getting out of her shell. So it's going to take her time to really get to that level. But at the same time, she's already been in many predicaments where she should have been taking things more seriously. Sprigatito should not only be using Leaf Edge by episode 40. Like, come on now. That's the one thing that's really been getting on my nerves about Liko. It's like, use Leaf Edge, use a bigger Leaf Edge, use a bigger Leaf Edge. Sooner or later, Leaf Edge is going to work. The rival team is going to know what's coming, and they're going to have countermeasures. You see the way Amethio was training. My man has a Terror Orb now. He can do a lot more damage than he could before. And I'm really just hoping that the whole series isn't just going to be Captain comes saves the day. I love Captain. Captain's my boy. But I need for Liko and Roy to really go through something to push them to want to do training and get better. Because as protagonists, that's what they should do. It shouldn't be just them kind of try to battle and then sit on the sidelines most of the time, because that's not really a good move. And yes, you could say Ash wasn't that great back in his original series, but in most predicaments, when Ash had to fight like Team Rocket or stuff, or when he did have to win a gym, he was able to do it. He was able to figure out a way to overcome those strategies. You know, this is not a comparison to Ash. Ash is a whole different character, so I'm not really trying to say they need to be like Ash, but even like some companions. I know many people hate on Go, but Go at least was working towards his goal. He was doing this thing as the second protagonist. Like, in the start of the series, what was he doing? Catching Pokemon. That was his thing. When Project Mu started, that's what his next focus was. Like, Go was doing stuff to work towards that goal. So I just need the same thing to come from Liko and Roy, because Go started out fresh just like Liko and Roy when he joined. Now, yes, he was with the world champion, the rising world champion at the time, but still, it shows like many of the other companions have been making the progress. And even the ones that didn't have goals at first, like Serena, once she did get her goal by episode like 60, then she started to take the steps. We started to see her practicing and entering these contests and things like that. So I just need to see Liko and Roy do more. Like, the Kabu episode was a really good one to show them where they stood now, because they didn't stand a chance against Kabu or the other gym leader trainer that Kabu had. So I wouldn't mind if they used more gym leaders in that situation where we get to see gym leaders train them up, or heck, even if they return to Kabu for some more training, because that would be great. The Captain Pikachu training was always amazing, so I love to see them learning from the GOAT himself. But I just really want to see them stand on their own and actually make progress. You know, learn some new moves, maybe evolve your Pokemon, maybe catch a few more Pokemon, because that's another big thing. If you look at Ash's journey, Ash, he didn't have a lot of moves on his early Pokemon, but he had multiple Pokemon to use. So that's why, like, Leaf Edge wasn't worn out. Like, normally by this point, Ash has 4 Pokemon. Like, in Journeys by this point, he had 5. Sun and Moon, XY, he had 4. BW, he had like 100. So, yeah, we saw multiple Pokemon. We got to see multiple moves and multiple strategies. So, with that being said, I just hope that Liko and Roy do start to take the steps to grow. They aren't bad characters. Like, I've been enjoying the series, but they do need to step it up, because it's getting really played out seeing them be weak and have to be relying on Captain. But in the comment section down below, let me know what y'all think of Liko and Roy as protagonists. Are you enjoying Horizons? Let me know down below. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. TreyMail1, peace out.